Welcome one, Dr. Timothy Elizondo here, creating this particular video because I realized last night, it's like, Tim, you haven't had an opportunity to introduce yourself to the class yet. You haven't had an opportunity to explain exactly what the nature of the class is, what the assignments are, or what students can expect as we jaunt our way through this 16-week exploration into public speaking. So, thought I'd create this short little video to address these particular questions. As indicated, my name is Tim. Feel free to call me Tim. Feel free to call me Professor Elizondo. Feel free to call me Dr. Elizondo. It's really kind of up to you. And I've been involved in public speaking for probably about 30 years. When at Grayson Davis High School, I took an intro to speech class my junior year. I saw the senior speaking and I don't know how else to explain it other than my response was, I want to be able to do that. So I started competing at a junior in high school, and here I am X amount of years later. After high school, I attended UC Santa Cruz, didn't like that too much. So I ended up at MJC, picked up an associate's degree, then decided to flip a coin and ended up at Arizona State University, where I earned a bachelor's degree in communication studies and decided to stick around and pick up a master's degree in the field of rhetoric. After that, taught at MJC for a year, was like, all right, now what? And then decided to move to Ohio, where I began my PhD studies at Bowling Green State University in a field known as American Culture Studies. After my classwork ended, I decided to move to Miami, where I taught at Broward Community College, teaching this particular class, Intro to Human Communication, Ethnic Studies. Did that where I finished up my dissertation, and then received a call informing me that Columbia College was looking to create the first ever communication studies full-time faculty member. Turns out they were looking for somebody to teach this particular class and also start a speech and debate team, and I decided that sounded super awesome. So moved back here in 2005, and here I am remaining as a faculty member in both communication studies and also philosophy. I was the founder and the director of the Columbia College Speech and Debate Team for about 10 years or so before our funding was cut. But had a really good time, picked up 3 state championships, picked up 2 national championships, and just had a lot of fun doing so. So yeah, I currently teach this particular class. I also teach Intro to Human Communication. I also teach Intro to Philosophy, all online, and when I'm not pushing buttons or flicking levers or clicking mouses, I can be found at a debate institute in Cupertino, California called Athens Debate, where I'm the lead instructor for a youth-focused debate academy. So I teach about 600 kids over the weekend, arguing about which is better, Santa Claus versus the Easter Bunny, and it's a lot of fun. All right, but enough about me. Let's talk more about this particular class. Intro to Public Speaking. This particular class is designed to introduce you to the art, the science, the skill of public speaking. A area that, according to research, will help you develop your critical thinking. It will help potentially develop your confidence. It will help you become a more effective and strategic communicator, which to me is kind of the Jedi power that we want to foster as we move through a very difficult 21st century, right? Kind of the skill of getting what we want and communicating to others our needs and our concerns. All right. So this course is designed where there's going to be weekly modules that are going to contain discussions, quizzes on the readings, submitting outlines, creating Flipgrid videos, that are all designed to prepare you for 3 major speeches in this course. Right? The textbook we're using is an online resource called Stand Up, Speak Out, so I can't show you a copy, but it's a free online textbook that is contained within the course under the shell called Reading Materials. It's a pretty popular book. It seems to be one of the standard bearers in the field currently, so I selected that because it's just popular and I think it's a really accurate representation of what the curriculum is if you were to take this course at any institution in the United States. All right, so we've got 3 different speeches. All right, so let's talk about each one. All right, First one is a demonstration speech. And a demonstration speech is where a speaker gives a speech where they show the audience how to do something. They're like, I'm going to show you how to make chocolate cupcakes. I'm going to show you how to solve a Rubik's Cube. I'm going to show you how to turn an apple into a swan. Okay. It's the first speech in the class. It's not going to be worth too many points. I think it's worth about 50. We build as the speeches progress, but it's designed to be kind of like a warm-up, kind of like kick off the ring rust. Now you might be asking yourself, hey, can we pick any topic we want? And I would say, kind of true for all the speeches, yes, but not all ideas are good ideas. So you have freedom, but it's not necessarily like the best choice is always the first choice. To me, I don't know. It's kind of like you're in a bar and you see someone, a special someone. And you're like, hey, I want to meet that special someone. And you turn to your friend like, hey, can I go over there and can I do this? Can I like waddle like a penguin up to them? And your friend's like, sure. You're like, hey, can I write a note that says, do you like me? Yes, no, pick one, and just hand it to them and run away? And your friend's like, sure. Like, hey, can I don't know, like spin around and just kind of sing a song while I wave my hands? And your friend might be, sure. But they're all necessarily not the most strategic. Okay, so you want to choose a strategic topic. I say that because sometimes students want to give demonstration speeches on like how to wash a horse. Okay, I would say that's not the most strategic because you're going to be outside, you're going to have a horse that's super distracting, and your audience, chances are they don't have horses. Another student, like, hey, I want to give a speech about how to operate a chainsaw. Like, well, you're going to be outside and it's going to be really loud. So again, not the most strategic. Okay, the object of all these assignments is really to demonstrate that you understand the principles of public speaking vis-a-vis your speeches or through your speeches. All right? So first one, demonstration speech. Submitted over Flip. Right? Kind of like this particular week is asking you to create a short Flip video. So same thing with the demonstration speech. All right, let's talk about the informative speech. An informative speech is a speech where a speaker either shows the audience how to do something, kind of like the demonstration speech, or teaches the audience about something. This is the early life of George Washington. These are the basic rules of Dungeons & Dragons. This is the new format of the Champions League used in soccer. Now you might be saying, well, Tim, isn't a demonstration speech and informed speech kind of the same? And I'd say, yeah. But a demonstration speech is always an informative speech. But an informative speech is not necessarily always an demonstration speech. Okay, because in informative speech, you have two options. You can teach or you can do what's called to train. So show the audience how to do something, or tell the audience about something. Okay. Submitted over Flip, I believe, around week 11-ish. I think so. I think that's right. All right. Now let's talk about the persuasive speech, the granddaddy of them all. This speech is going to be submitted over Zoom. So about 2 weeks before the end of the semester, there's going to be a sign-up sheet. It's going to have different days and times. I'm just going to say, hey, sign up for one of those days and times. And whatever daytime you sign up for, let's say it's, I don't know, Thursday at 4. Thursday at 4, you're expected to Zoom in. There'll be other students as well. And we'll deliver a 6 to 8 minute persuasive speech designed to convince, designed to alter, designed to modify the audience's beliefs, ideas, or actions, or values. All right, so this course, quizzes, discussions, written assignments, flip videos, group discussions, all designed to assist you with 3 major speeches in the hopes of helping you become a more strategic communicator in the future. Do speeches need to be memorized? No. The book is going to suggest that we use what's called extemporaneous speaking. It is speaking from an outline. Right, so this course will also help you develop the skill of outlining your argument or your idea so that when you have to speak, you can see the outline. And it says here, oh, talking about the outline right now. And then that's going to prompt certain types of material that you will have in your head because you prepared, because you practiced. To me, it's very similar to maybe a stand-up comedian, right? They might write their joke set on a piece of paper, but when they see the outline, they're like, oh yeah, okay. I hate people that eat bananas. Okay, good. You know what I hate? I hate when individuals are eating yellow fruit. Right. They already have memorized the joke, but their outline indicates what's coming up in sequence. Okay? All right. Let's see. Tell you what. If you're still watching this video, I'm going to offer some extra credit. I like offering extra credit in the class, but I like hiding it throughout the course. Kind of like a video game might hide an Easter egg. And I like being a tricky kind of bunny. So tell you what, if you put in week 2's Q&A Cafe an invention of a sandwich, right? You have to make a sandwich. What kind of sandwich it is up to you. And what you consider to be a sandwich is up to you as well. You don't have to use bread, you can use waffles. You can have 2 waffles, and in the middle of them, have some avocado, and I don't know, have some cheese, have shredded carrots, I don't know, have, cat litter. That's totally fine. But if you had to create a sandwich that would be sold at Subway with your name attached to it, and you could call the sandwich whatever you would like, what would be in the sandwich? What would you name it? How's that? Let's be sandwich artists. All right. Tell you what, if you do that, you will get 5 extra credit points because it shows that you're paying attention and it shows that you're digesting information into the course that not everybody does. And it's also really helpful just having me understand who's watching the videos and who's not. All in the name of science. How's that sound? Okay? All right, so I hope you enjoy the course. It should be fun. As far as contact information, I can be reached via email. I've got office hours. Feel free to contact me. I'm here to help and hope you're doing well. All right, bye everybody.